edition of Flea Market Fantasy, the world's second greatest Bronze Age era comic book podcast. Joining me as always is new Michael, Kevin Jank.
I'm here, Mike Dell, and I think we should rechange or just officially change the name of the show to Flea Market After School Special because that seems to be the direction we're going.
Yeah, this one was interesting. It's a book
Yeah.
we've talked about doing for many years now, and I guess we finally done it.
I feel like this was not available on that website we used for a while. Like I remember looking for it back in the day and could not find it.
Oh,
And like
really?
a couple months ago, it was there. I was like, okay, cool. Now we
Huh.
can do Nightmask. And then I
Yes.
clearly didn't jump on it right away.
Today we are doing Nightmask, issue 7 from 1987, I think. Yeah,
That
sure.
sounds right.
That's right.
Yeah.
So this is a Marvel New Universe title.
hmm
People love the Marvel New Universe. It was right up there with New Coke as some of the best decisions ever made
Yeah.
in marketing.
That clearly panned out and lasted forever and ever.
We'll get into the history of the New Universe here. We've done it many times, but we'll recap here in a second. But before we do, let's remind everybody, if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Hey, Jank, we're up to 399 subscribers.
Oh, wow. Closing in on four hundo.
Yeah,
Means you're only one hundo away.
we picked that's the hardest hundo. Last time. But we picked up 5, I think, this past week. So
Holy hell. All right.
yeah.
Making up for last week.
Yes. So, and again, if we get to 500 subscribers, Jank is going to make me read The Dark Knight.
Yes, please. Let's get there. I
I
just want to
always
spend a
forget,
whole month reading that
is it The
amazing
Dark
book.
Knight Returns or is it just The Dark Knight? I always forget.
It's The Dark Knight Returns. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there it is.
I guess that is confusing because it's like, well, this is the first Dark Knight book.
Yeah.
But
Where'd he
yeah,
go?
no.
He's returning. I never knew he left.
Yeah. He got
So,
old and retired. Now he's
yeah.
coming out of retirement.
And now he's hanging out with a young girl instead of a young boy.
That's right.
That's
So
weird.
much less creepy.
So, all right, yeah, we get to 500. We'll read that. So that's something. And I don't want to do it. So
That's all the more reason to subscribe.
that's
You
right.
can make this happen.
If you really want to stick it to me, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate the support. I also have
Mhm.
a book out there called Monkey Flip about a chimp detective. Hey, breaking news, Jank. The Monkey
Oh.
Flip sequel has officially begun. We're
Oh,
we're one chapter down. One
all
chapter down,
right.
so only about 24 more to go. And we'll be good. So
Oh,
it's
I'm
progress.
excited.
Yeah. All right, so Nightmask, the Marvel New Universe, we've talked about this many times in the past, but just to remind everybody, because a lot of people, I'm old. You're olding.
Yeah.
Olding, is that a word?
I can still get off the floor, unlike some people on the
Yes,
show, but
it's
yeah.
very hard to get off the floor at my age. But when I was a lad in 1986, to celebrate
You spent a
Marvel's,
lot of time on the floor just
yes,
reading new
horrible.
universe
I
books.
could get
Yeah.
up and down from the floor with ease in 1986.
Yeah.
Nothing even cracked when I moved. It was amazing. But
Those were
in,
good times.
in 1986, to celebrate Marvel's 25th anniversary, and that still blows my mind because when I was a kid and I was thinking of like Spider-Man in the 60s, I was like, oh, that was so long ago.
Yeah.
But now it's like been like 40 years. But anyway,
Yeah, more than that. Yeah.
so
Jesus.
all right, what was I saying? Yeah, Marvel needs to celebrate the 25th anniversary. Jim Shooter, who was the editor-in-chief at the time, who I was a big Jim Shooter guy,
hmm
he decided what we're going to do is we're going to have a new universe. Well, actually, his first idea was he wanted to like reboot all the titles and put them in, like update them to a modern era. So basically,
Yeah.
what they did later on, what was that called? The Ultimates, right?
The Ultimate Universe. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very
Yeah,
similar.
yeah,
Or
that was
kind of what
basically his
DC
idea.
keeps doing every, couple years, basically.
Yeah. So Shooter was way ahead of his time, but they didn't want to do that. The big wigs at Marvel, the publisher or whatever, they didn't like that idea. So
So was he going to keep it a separate universe like the Ultimate Universe, or was he planning to actually just relaunch everything?
I think he was just going to relaunch everything.
Okay. Yeah, that I
I
wouldn't have
think.
been as on board for. But a separate
So,
universe I can get behind.
he said, all right, well, let's just do a new universe then with new
Yeah.
characters to supplement the existing Marvel universe. And they said,
And they're
yes,
all going to be winners.
that
Well,
sounds wonderful. Let's do that. And the big pitch was it would be the world outside your window.
Hmm.
It'd be like a more authentic, more true to life superhero take. They said there would be no aliens, there would be no magic,
Yeah,
there would be like a real gritty world, real world superheroes.
sure.
So of course, one of the first titles they released was about an alien, and then another one. There's probably magic involved as well. So yeah, they didn't really
Yep.
stick to what they were claiming, you know?
No, went off tracks pretty much immediately.
Yeah. And the other big problem they had is that the creative teams for these books, there were 8 books that launched with the
Hmm.
new universe. And I always have to ask you this every time we do a new
Oh
universe.
God.
Can you, whenever we do anything involving the Sinister Six or the new
Yep.
universe, I have to quiz Jank.
Oh
Can you
no.
name the original 8 new universe titles?
Not a chance, but I'll try to throw out as many as I
Well,
can.
you
I know
can get
there's
at least 2 of them, I
yeah, there's the
know.
Nightmask for sure,
That's right,
and we did
Nightmask.
Justice.
Oh,
So we
Justice. I
did.
wasn't even thinking you were going to get that one. Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
right. You got Justice.
but you got Starbrand.
Starbrand. Yep, that was a popular one I thought you
Yeah.
could get. There's one very
Kick
famous one.
Kickers Inc.
There you go. Kickers Inc.
Yeah,
We love Kickers Inc. This is a big Kickers Inc. show, Flea Market
that's
Fantasy.
right.
We
We'll do
love
the whole
Kickers Inc.
series someday, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I think you got 4
Uh,
down. You're halfway there.
there's some kind of like Psy Troopers or Psy something.
Force.
Psy Force,
Force.
that's
We've
it.
never
Yeah.
done that. We've never done that.
Yep.
We did. Didn't you pick a Justice, right? Or
Yep. Sure did with Peter
okay.
David. Yeah.
That's right. All those weird like musical celebrities that they were
Yeah.
drawing. Remember? Yeah,
Yep.
that was strange. Yeah. So
Still
we've
the
done
one person
Justice.
I
We
couldn't figure out.
yeah. I still don't know who that one guy is. We've done Kickers Inc. And we've done Starbrand with Mike L. And I did Starbrand.
Yeah. Was the
Um,
robot? It's like Spitfire.
that's right. Spitfire and the Troubleshooters. And
Yeah,
they
that's
changed
it.
their name a few times during their run. It was like then it was just Spitfire, then it was like Project Spitfire or something. I don't know. But yeah, Spitfire and the Troubleshooters.
Okay.
So got 2 left. One of them, we
Ooh.
also did one of these 2, and I would say it was actually a pretty solid book. And you will remember it because it was very creepy, because there was an aspect of it that was
Mm.
kind of like Typhoid Mary hitting on the little Power Pack kid,
Uh-oh.
if you remember.
I think I'm sure I listened to that episode. I don't think I was
I
on
think you
it,
were
but
on it, or maybe you weren't on it. Yeah, maybe
I
it
don't
was
think
just me and
so.
Mike Hill. DP7, DP7.
Oh, that's right. How can I forget a dirty name like that?
Like the one kid in it was like 15, and he was like shacking up with a lady. Remember that? That was weird.
Oh,
Yeah. Um,
interesting.
and then the final one is Mark Hazard Merc.
Oh, that's right. Yep, I should have remembered that one. We haven't done that one either, right?
Correct. So after
That one's
today,
still out there.
we will just have Mark Hazard Merc and Psy-Force on the bingo card. Those are the only
And at
2
some
left.
point, we definitely have to do the pit, which was like the big, one shot where they blew up Pittsburgh.
Yes, and the reason they blew up Pittsburgh is because Jim Shooter was from Pittsburgh, and
Yep.
John Byrne hated Jim Shooter, so he blew up Pittsburgh.
That is
Uh,
kind of the ultimate dick move. I love it.
yeah, because obviously the new universe was a colossal failure. It
Yeah.
was a huge, huge failure, and Jim Shooter ended up losing his job basically over that, pretty much.
Ooh.
But also, a lot of creators at the company really didn't like Jim Shooter because he ran a tight ship, and
Yeah,
so
they want to goof off.
they're all very happy about him getting fired. And so, yeah, John Byrne blew up Pittsburgh in response. I
It's not.
believe there was a story. They had a party and they hung him in effigy basically, and then
Oh, yeah.
they burned, and the like the little fake Jim Shooter was filled like a pillowcases filled with Marvel New Universe books, and they set him on fire. So
That's kind of hilarious.
yeah,
What a bunch of jerks.
yes.
I mean, in and of itself, the idea of the new universe isn't a terrible one. I mean, it's kind of like the movie Unbreakable. It's like like a realistic look at superheroes. It's like this could kind of work,
Yeah.
but maybe they just didn't make the best choices or
Yeah, the creative
couldn't
teams
keep
was a
people on the
problem.
books. Yeah.
Yeah, because they all bounced. There was none of these books had a steady creative team. They were just
No.
because no one wanted to do them, I guess. Uh, and we should mention that there was the basic. I always thought when I was a kid, I talked about this before on the show, because like the new universe came out right around the same time as Secret Wars 2 ended, and like at the end of Secret Wars 2, like the Beyonder kind of like dies and or
Hmm.
basically creates a new universe. They say he creates a new. So I'm like, oh, well, this is what happened. The new
Ah.
universe creates. I said, oh, that makes perfect sense then. The
Yeah.
Beyonder, that's correct. But no, there's no connection at all between it. I just found that out when we were doing the show with Mike L. All my life, I thought that's what happened. The Beyonder spawned into the new universe. Because that would have made
Yeah, it
so
was
much
Mandela
sense.
effect. Yep, it sure
But
would
yeah,
have. You had it sitting right there. You could have tied this in.
11-year-old me thought of it. But apparently, all the
Yeah.
editors and creators at Marvel could not. So yeah, that is not
Whoops.
what happened. So in the new universe, there was a white event, and it was an astronaut.
Probably thrown by like P. Diddy.
Yes, but it was an astrological or a phenomenon or astronomical, I guess, not astrological. Where like a bright white light bathed the Earth at 4:22 in the morning one day, and it lasted for a couple minutes or something, and then afterwards the official Marvel description is that 2 in 1 million people develop the mutations or superpowers.
Oh.
Now, I would have said 1 in 500,000, but they said two
You're
in one.
also a math scholar.
Yes, I enjoy scholarly pursuits, but the fact that they phrased it that way and not one, maybe that's one of the reasons why this didn't
I
work.
would have said 3 in 1.5 million.
Yes, so just shows you the brain trust behind what happened here. Um, so yes. That is what happened. That's what spawned the Marvel New Universe. So you had to only rare people with these powers. You know, they
Yeah.
try to dial it back. But,
And some of the powers not that great.
like for instance,
Yeah.
Nightmask. So
Oof.
yeah, Nightmask. His real name is Keith Remsen. Now, do you think the Rem is REM and like in sleep?
Yep. It
Remsen.
definitely is.
Yeah. And first appearance,
Or
of
he's a
course.
big Michael Stipe fan.
Yes. Nightmask issue 1, 1986, created by Archie Goodwin. He was one of the big wigs behind the Marvel New Universe. He had a hand in a lot of in at least
Yeah.
three of the titles, I think.
At least for a
Um,
little bit, and then I think he bailed in like a
yeah,
couple issues.
he wrote issues 1, 2, and 4, and then he's like, I'm out. So he couldn't even do issue 3. They couldn't even keep a schedule for the first 3 issues. And yeah,
Uh,
Nightmask lasted 12 issues.
yep.
So I got to
What was
tell
the
you,
longest running?
after reading this, I have no idea how I got to 12 issues.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
It's so the backstory here is the parents of 18-year-old Keith Remsen sent him to study with Dr. Horst Kleinman. He's
I'm
an
not letting
expert.
my kid in near anybody that's named Horst.
Yes, you don't hear that name too often anymore. Horst Kleinman, and he was an expert in dreams. So
Hmm.
Kleinman, he developed a way to enter people's dreams cybernetically, whatever the hell that means, cybernetically. And he thought that Keith's parents were trying to steal his work.
Uh-oh.
So what do you think he did, Jank? Do you think he went to their confronted them and had a nice conversation about it to ask them what they? Do you think that's probably what he did?
I'm gonna guess not. I'm guessing he tried to murder that kid.
That's exactly. He planted a bomb in their house. Like, jeez.
Oh,
Maybe a
wow.
phone call. I don't know. But he plants a bomb in their house. So the bomb goes off. It murders Keith's parents. It
Yikes.
it paralyzes his younger sister Teddy,
Oh, yeah, we saw that here.
Theodora,
The
and it
results of
puts
that.
Keith into a coma.
Hmm.
But then when the white event happens, Keith wakes up from his coma, and now he can enter people's dreams.
Oh,
What a coincidence, huh?
that really is. Like your entire life has been based around sleep analysis, and you get sleep powers randomly while you're
The guy,
sleeping.
the guy who killed your family with a bomb invented a way to enter people's dreams cybernetically. But
Yeah.
then the white event happens, and now you can do it just naturally from this power you have now.
What a coincidence.
That is
Almost like they
crazy.
didn't need the white event and he could have just
Yes,
used the machine
that's
to do
right.
this. He could have done a whole book about that.
So now I guess he had to fight that Kleinman fella. I guess that was his first big villain he had to defeat or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he uses his powers in psychotherapy to help others deal with their past trauma. And as we've established in the past, sometimes I like to pronounce it trauma. So,
Sure.
so don't be confused if I say it that way.
Just like grandma.
Drama and trauma. So, which is all roots back to an obscure Cheers reference, and that's why I do it. But
Nice.
yeah. So, do you even know the Cheers episode?
I don't know. I don't think
Drama. You
so.
want drama? I'll give you drama. Nothing. Nothing.
No.
Is that when Dutch Kincaid, the old Yankee, is coming out of retirement, and he wants Sam to throw the pitch to him at a Dutch Kincaid day to celebrate,
Oh yeah.
so he can hit a home run because he used to always hit a home run off Sam when he was playing. And afterwards, Sam said, "Hey, I grooved that pitch. I let you hit that home run." And he said, "No, no, I just hit the home run when I wanted to hit the home run." He goes, "No, I blew those first two pitches by you." And he said, "Yeah, I did it for the drama." And then Sam says, "Oh, drama." He went, "Okay, let's go drama right now. Let's go out in the street right now, and I'll pitch you." And yeah, Dutch is
Nice.
just cranking home runs off him in the street.
You're
All right, let's just talk about
the only
Cheers
one who
instead of
remembers that.
Nightmask. Can
Yeah.
we just talk
Might
about
as
Cheers?
well.
Yeah, that's way better than Nightmask.
I need to go to the bar after reading this.
So, but that's really what was Archie Goodwin thinking exactly when he pitched this?
I don't know. I mean, he basically just goes into people's dreams and I don't know, maybe he has powers there. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, he
But
doesn't really
honestly,
do
like,
anything.
yeah, he just kind of flies around and tells people what to do, I guess. Like gives
Yeah,
them like therapy. So that's kind of lame. It's kind of like remember when Marvel tried to do Sleepwalker like later in like the 90s? So at least that was like
yeah.
a better character because it was like when the kid fell asleep, like the Sleepwalker would come out, and I think it actually came out in the real world and had powers and fought crime.
Let me
Uh,
ask you this. All right, I have no, I never knew the Sleepwalker existed. But when I was searching for night mask images and stuff, sometimes I would get pictures of like this really big buff dude, like a bald dude. Was that the
oh
Sleepwalker?
no, that I think you're was it like a black guy?
I He looked Caucasian to me, but he'd have like a moon on his forehead.
Oh, um,
Because this night
I
mask
don't
fellow, they
know.
depict him with a little moon on his forehead sometimes. And but this guy was like a really jacked Mr. Clean. So,
I know during like the Hickman era of the Avengers, he tried to bring like the Star Brand and the Night Mask into the regular Marvel universe,
oh,
and they
okay,
like were
maybe
on the
that's what it is then.
Avengers.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing those were them. I don't remember too much about them, but
Yeah, because after this whole Night Mask thing, ended, in 2006, I just learned this. I don't know if I ever mentioned this in the previous New Universe shows, but Warren Ellis and Salvatore LaRocca introduced a new version of the character Night Mask in New Universal 1, which
oh,
reimagined the new universe. It was like a six
huh,
issue series, New Universal. But now
interesting.
Night Mask was Izanami Randall, a Japanese American woman living in San Francisco. Clearly not a jacked bald guy. So
A
I don't
little
know.
different.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think he's
did you ever
trying to
hear of
do it.
New Universal?
I did not, but I like Salvador LaRocca, so maybe I'll have to check that out.
And apparently Warren Ellis, they did a couple one shots then after that. And then he wanted to do it again, but he had a computer mishap and he lost all the storylines.
Uh-oh.
And he said, "All right, I'm done." That's an excuse. I'm done.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not
I've had
working on this
computer
twice.
I've had computer mishaps as well where I've lost some stuff and you just write it again. But Warren Ellis was like, "Yeah, I'm done. I'm not doing it."
Yeah.
The sign
New
from God.
universe ain't worth that much.
Yeah. So, all right. Anything else? Oh, I guess we talked about all the creative teams. So Goodwin wrote issues 1, 2, and 4, and then the series had five. The series had 5 writers and 9 artists in 12 issues.
Yeah. I saw Mark
And
Bagley was doing some of the later
yes,
issues, which is pretty
Mark
cool.
Bagley was the only artist to do more than one issue. He did issues 9, 10, and 12. So
That's cool.
uh,
I like the Mark Bagley.
Keith Giffen also did an issue,
Oh, big
and
fan.
Tony Salmons, I think is his name. He did issue 1, and he was the guy that did Dakota North, and
Oh, okay.
I really like Dakota North. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm sad I missed that one. I remember seeing that ad for Dakota North and
that's right. It's one of the greatest ads
what
ever.
the hell is this? I've never heard of this.
Style is all I said. And then remember, Ms. Tree did a parody of it. And she had a picture of Ms. Tree, and she said substance underneath it. So, yeah. But anyway, all right. So that's Nightmask. I was going to ask you if you know more about it, but no one knows anything about Nightmask. So that's just.
No.
Oh, I forgot to look up the artist for this issue. Because I never heard of the guy. Um,
I can't say that I have either.
I mean, his stuff wasn't all right. We'll talk about the art when we get to it. But um, who did the? I should have looked up who did this cover as well. The cover is pretty interesting.
Yeah. Looks
So the
like
writers
Bear,
here, yeah,
Bair.
Michael Bair, Bair. I never heard of him. The
Nope.
writers here are Roy and Dan Thomas, and of course that's Dan with two N's, and that's Roy Thomas's wife.
Hmm.
And wow, could I tell Roy Thomas wrote this?
Yeah. Yeah. This is late 80s and still Roy
This
Thomas is
is
being Roy Thomas.
my favorite thing. One of my favorite things Roy Thomas does is when he has people who aren't native English speakers, he'll force in a word from their language and then put a little asterisk
Yep.
by it to explain what it is in a box down below. Just don't use the word if you got to force it in there like that, you know?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. It is
he
one
did
of those
that in
things that's
that,
like, why are you speaking one language except for this one word that easily is
yeah,
translatable?
because he was doing that in that Thor issue we did with the
Yeah,
Toro
boy, was he.
Rojo. So
It
he does.
was like every other page.
I think he might only do it once here in this book, but yeah, it's like so awkward.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Um,
He just wants to show he has a thesaurus in other languages.
so there we go. But yeah, Michael Bear. Yeah, we'll talk about it. But he can draw a good looking lady on occasion.
Yeah,
Michael
I'll give him
Bear.
that.
Uh, so all right, why don't you describe the cover for us?
Okay, so we got the weird kind of little corner box with just Nightmask. It's kind of just posing like he's in like a fashion magazine or something.
He's
He has hands on his hips like a pregnant woman or something. I don't know what's going on there.
he's like a kid in an old like Montgomery Ward catalog, like posing with his
Oh
back to school
shit.
clothes. He's like, oh, look at me.
Yeah. Look at this suave vest I'm wearing. You can get one this Christmas.
Except Night Mask, he kind of looks like he's auditioning for The Cure. He wants to be like
Yeah, I like that about him.
the drummer in The Cure. Yeah, describe what Night Mask looks like for people.
Yeah, you don't really get a whole lot of great shots of him, but he's kind of wearing he's got a mask that is basically, well, not even a mask. It's like almost like he's got makeup over his eyes. Like,
It's kind of like remember Dazzler when she first came in? She had like a similar look.
yeah, very much
Um,
so.
yeah.
Yeah, his overall looks kind of like, a little bit Nightwing-esque, a little
Oh
bit
yeah. A
over on
little
the
bit.
DC
Yeah,
side.
I can see that.
Um, he's kind of got that mask. He's got like the little dominoes over his eyes, but they're like painted on. He's kind of got long hair. He's wearing like I guess a black bodysuit, kind of going from head to toe. Well, not head to toe, but like neck to toe. Um, and it's kind of, yeah, that's just kind of form fitting and no real gloves or boots. It's all just one piece essentially. But then he's got a vest on that's kind of got a big flared collar, and the bottom of the vest like separates into different, ribbons essentially.
Kind of like Mr. Sinister a little bit. Like
Yeah, very much so, but not as many. Yeah.
yeah, but a similar concept.
He's just got a couple of ribbons. Yeah, he hasn't won enough spelling bees.
And
So yeah, we get the little corner box of him just standing there. The top of the book, it says "New Universe." They're letting you know right there what you're in for.
run.
Um, and then we get the Nightmask logo in red with kind of white outline. It's just kind of like an Arabian Nights type look, I
Wow, look
guess.
at you with the font reference. Yeah.
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 Uh, got a little moon over the dot on the eye.
Yeah. It's pretty clever.
And then the cover itself is mostly like a black background, and Nightmask looks like he's in space. He's kind of standing on what appears to be like a molecule or something, some kind of
I
cluster of
don't
of
know.
balls.
A cluster of balls. Yeah. Lots of
And
sweaty balls.
yeah. And then in the background, there's you can see like a planet with some rings around it, and then there's a giant uh tentacle monster with a bunch of eyeballs all over it, and it's kind of reaching out, menacingly in the background there. And there's kind of like some weird like pathways, like almost like Iceman's ice shields, but made of dirt, just
That's
floating
okay.
around. in space there.
Delinquent. Yeah, so I guess this is someone's dream landscape or whatever.
Yeah.
Probably the mind of a delinquent, as we as we learn.
Only they dream about tentacle monsters.
But it's a well drawn cover. It's intriguing, and while you're describing it, I looked up who drew it, and it is Michael Bear. And then when I was admiring the cover, I noticed there's a circle that says Bear 86 right at the bottom,
Yep.
so I didn't even have to look it up.
Nope, did not.
It's
He
complete
made it
wasted
plain as
effort.
day.
Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, Gilo, I like the cover. It's kind of cool.
It's okay. It's no number four, but
Yeah,
it's all right.
yeah. Issue four. We almost did issue four because, incredibly, for the first time in the history of this fake radio show, um, Jank and I were going to pick the same exact book.
Yeah.
Like he was
Crazy.
planning to pick Nightmask issue four the next week, and I beat him to it, beat him to the punch.
Yep.
Nightmask 7. And Nightmask 4 does have a better cover, but it's positioned awkwardly, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't make a good
For our
thumbnail.
thumbnail purposes, yeah.
Yeah, so this one makes a real aces thumbnail. But there you go.
Just a big old shot of Night Mask.
Yeah.
That's what's
But
going to bring in all the
but when you're
kids.
looking at the cover there, you can see the Nightmask stand there, and you can just imagine Flea Market Fantasy there to his left or right, right? Like there's a big
Hmm.
gap there. You can just put Flea Market Fantasy. So it'd be great.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right. So we open up the book. Something More Than Night is the title of this issue. And what I like is when you open up the book, the very first panel, it's just a shot of a lady's ass.
Yeah. Apparently, Andy Sedaris must have been directing the artwork in
Our
this book.
favorite movie director. But yeah, it's just a lady in a skimpy like bikini bottom. It's a workout. She's working out in a gym. And yeah, just a shot of her ass. You don't even see it. Like it's just from her shoulders down to her knees,
Yep.
focusing on her ass.
And in this one panel, not in the other panels, she's wearing a shirt that's like backless. But
Yes.
then in the next couple of panels, it suddenly has a back. So I don't know
Yes.
what's going on there.
But can you ever remember a comic opening with a shot of a lady's ass in a bikini bottom?
You know what? I can't
I
offhand.
cannot. Yeah, I
So I don't
cannot.
know
Yeah.
why people were burning, effigies of Jim Shooter when he was
Yes.
bringing people stuff like this.
Yeah. So, but this we learn later. This lady's name is Lita, Estrelita, full name.
Yeah.
Um, and
Sounds
she's
like
the
an ingredient that would like make you lose weight or something like that.
she's the personal trainer for Teddy and Keith. Now, I don't know why 18-year-old and 16-year-olds need personal trainers. I guess that he's but I don't know. Um, well, apparently they work for some covert organization or something.
Yeah, I guess he's doing his dream stuff for the government or some
I
kind
have
of
no idea. Yeah.
organization. I don't know.
There's some guy named Lucian who just appears in a panel. He just starts
Yep.
talking. We don't even know. No one even
He
acknowledges
is
that he's
not
there.
important to this issue. Yeah. He gets an
But
invite and is like, "No, I got a speech to give.
but I think he's
Peace,
the
I'm
guy
out."
that's running the organization they work for, right? Because
Yeah.
like when they're driving that car later, it's Lucian's car they reference. And for some reason, he likes a yellow
Luke.
convertible.
Who doesn't? Him
Yeah.
and Daniel-san.
So, but so Lita, she's in there, and again, she's looking all sexy doing her workouts. And yeah, that Michael Bear can draw a good-looking lady here. And then
Sure.
Teddy, the sister of Keith, she is on a workbench doing arm curls. And
Yep. Not a lot of leg days for Teddy.
yeah, she's the one who's paralyzed from the leg in the
Yeah.
legs. So, um, but yeah, she's worried about she doesn't want her arms to get big like Arnold Schwarzenegger's.
Hmm.
Like, what this would be 87. Is that Running Man? 87?
Predator
Oh, Predator, yeah.
could also be, yeah. Oh, wasn't that the same year? I think those were the same year, right?
Yeah, probably. So
Him and Jesse Ventura working a lot together that year.
well, this book would have been so good if Jesse Ventura was in it.
Mm.
I would have loved this book more
He
so
could have
much.
been the ne'er-do-well brother.
Yeah.
I ain't got time to bleed.
So Lita and her are just working out, and Lita's talking to her and whatnot, and she's asking about her brother. She's like, "Hey, where's your brother? He's supposed to be here." And then here comes Keith, and All right, we got to talk about. I like Michael Bear's figure drawing for the most part, and again, his faces look great sometimes. And
Hmm.
but wow, there were times where I had no idea what was happening in these panels.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there was no story like continuation from panel to panel, and this this book is the first time I've ever noticed so many panels where someone is speaking off page. Like they're not in the panel, but their word balloon is shooting off the panel to where they are. And it's like,
Uh-huh.
wait, who is talking? I don't know who is talking. I can't see. The word balloon is just going to a random person. There are three people in this
Yeah.
room, and I don't know who is saying these things. Uh, so yeah, it's weird. I never noticed that. And also, what is going on with this book? Like he's also narrating the Keith Remsen guy is narrating sometimes in yellow in like orange narration boxes, and
Hmm.
but then the narration is also put in quotes, which was weird.
Yeah. Sometimes it's got a first quote, but then a no quote to end
So there's
it.
just a lot of weird stuff in this book. I don't. Why is he narrating? Like why? Like is
You
that a
gotta fill
gimmick
up
where
his
he
panels
like
with dialogue. I don't
where
know.
he's like filing a report with Lucian at the end or something, and he's dictating something to, but we don't get any like explanation for why there are just occasional narration boxes with quoted.
He's just such an interesting guy. We need to know his thoughts at all times.
I guess, but like it's not even like consistent throughout the book, you know? It's only on like maybe three
Yeah.
pages or something, and it's like, yeah,
Well, maybe those are the panels where he thought the audience wouldn't get it unless he spelled it out.
yeah, it could have spelled
Because
out a
this is some
whole
high
lot
level stuff.
more. Yeah. So anyway, Keith's got a crush on Lita, you know, because she's real good looking
Yeah.
and she's barely dressed. So she's working out. And he trips and falls over a dumbbell. Hoo hoo hoo. Comedy.
Wah, wah.
I'll say this: Keith looks about 45, but he's 18. So yeah, I don't know. And she's spotting him on the bench press, and she says, hey Keith, you want to go to dinner tonight? Or you want to have dinner? And he's
He's
like,
like,
oh
"Oh, all
yeah,
right,
yeah, I definitely want to have
hell
dinner.
yeah."
But then she's like, oh yeah, Teddy, you're coming too, right? And he's like, oh man, yeah. They're going to have dinner at her parents' house because her
Yeah.
parents wanted to meet Teddy and Keith. I have no idea why they would want to meet them.
They got enough going on.
Yeah, I don't want to meet Teddy and Keith. Oh, we should mention when Keith goes into people's dreams, Teddy is his anchor to the real world. He can communicate with Teddy telepathically.
Yeah. So did she also get powers or like why what's the I don't
That's a very good
understand.
question. Yes.
She she's the
She's
other
one of the two. So two in the
yeah.
million are in the same hospital room when the white light
The
hits?
same family? Huh.
Man, that is nuts.
What are the odds?
Well, two in or one in 500,000. That's the odds. I don't
Also,
know.
his powers are kind of terrible because apparently, like, if the person whose dreams you're in wake up while you're in there, you die.
Yeah, that
Like,
sounds. It sounds like Roy Thomas just threw that in there to add stakes to what was going on.
yeah.
Like, I doubt. Yeah, I wonder if
You
that was
can't really
actually
control when
intentional.
people wake up. I don't know. This seems like a bad idea.
Or was it when he woke up, or was it because the kid was going to kill himself in his dream?
He said at one point, like, if you're in someone's dream when they wake up, he's gonna die.
Holy
I'm like,
hell!
oh boy.
Yeah, it seems very risky.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not worth the risk.
All right, so yeah, they're talking about going to dinner. You know, he's like, "Oh shoot, I thought it was gonna be a hot date. Now my little sister's gonna be there, and her parents are gonna be there." And then the very
She
next
invites
panel,
Lucian.
yeah, Lucian is just standing there at the base of the bench. Where did he come from? He just teleports in out of nowhere. Like he's never been established in this scene at all until now, and he's just standing
Well,
there. And
he's
we don't.
sneaky. He's the head of a secret organization. He's got to be sneaky and covert.
And again, I don't know why are we seeing just his back the first time we see him as well. And we did that with Keith too earlier. Like when he first comes in the room, we
Yeah.
just see his back. Like,
They think that we've been, diligently reading every issue of Nightmask, so we know who these people are.
Yeah. Um, so I don't know, but yeah, Lucian says he can't come to dinner because he's giving a speech about insomnia or something. And
Causes and cures. He's like, the speech itself might give people, or might be the cure.
yeah, yeah, the comedy is never ending in this book. It is Roy Thomas firing on all cylinders with the comedy. Um, so again, man, this Keith dude is ripped for 18. He is just super jacked.
He is.
Yeah. And so now we cut over to Lita's house. They live in like, well, I don't know, an apartment building or something. I mean, that clearly isn't all their house, right? It's a huge place.
Yeah,
Um, I don't,
I
because
can't imagine.
yeah,
It's
it's
like,
just the
yeah,
front.
full like brownstone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah.
So, but it has a lot of steps. So Keith's got to carry Teddy up the steps, and Lita's going to bring up her wheelchair, and then they're meeting the parents, and I guess the parents are happy to have them there. They
Yeah,
didn't seem too
I guess
enthused.
there's like a weird vibe they walked into where like everyone's
Yeah.
kind of uncomfortable and it's like, oh, thanks for inviting us over, jerks. Like, we don't want to be part of your family drama.
Oh, and Keith's looking around the house there, and he sees again. He's looking at old photos on the wall, and later he even references like how this because her brother, she has a brother that they don't like to talk about because he's kind of a nerdy well, and
Yep.
later on he says, oh, I can't believe it's the same kid I saw in the baseball cap in the photo, but we don't see that photo. Like, show us that photo of him as a little kid. Like, we need to see that. But it looks like he's looking
Yeah.
into a mirror, because there's like a frame and there's no picture in it.
That's true.
And he's just staring. If you want us to have an emotional connection to a brother, we need to see the brother as a little kid. That'll be a very important thing, you know?
That is true. You make a good
Yeah.
point.
So, I don't know. Roy Thomas.
Missed opportunities. Not that that
Why?
would have saved this book, but it would have been something.
Why was the new universe not successful? All right. So then the mom brings in the food. They have the dinner, and they're talking. And again, the topic of her brother comes up, and I mean, again, Teddy, she looks like 35 at least. Like when they're looking at
Yeah, she really does.
and
She
she's
looks like
supposed
a
to be like
first lady of some kind. Yeah.
she's supposed to be like 16, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Yikes. Those are
Because she's
hard
younger than
years.
him. Yeah. So,
All that being an anchor takes it out of you.
so they're talking about her brother, and Lead is kind of like ripping her brother, saying, "Oh, he's lazy. He can't hold a job. He doesn't want to work. He doesn't
Yeah.
just hangs out with a bad crowd or whatever." And then what happens, Jack?
Apparently, when he was little, he called her Miss Piggy all the
Oh
time.
yeah, that's right.
She was eating too good back then.
Uh, that led to her obsession with working out in skimpy outfits at home.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. She's gonna die of a heart attack soon because she overexerts herself, and it'll all be his fault.
but yeah, they're enjoying their dinner, tearing apart their her brother. And what happens?
Well, there's a big bam, and a gunshot rings out and busts through the front like living room window,
Yeah,
and they all kind of duck.
I guess I don't know what's
Yeah.
happening.
Nightmask kind of jumps over for Teddy, who's already falling backwards in her chair somehow. And then he's like feeling her up in the next panel.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. The next panel,
I
she's
don't
like
like where his
flat on her
hands are at.
back. It looks like he's going to put her in the figure four leg lock. He's like
Yeah.
he's like positioning her for his submission move.
It's like gently caressing her leg in an uncomfortable way.
I
Like
don't
she's
know.
down. You can get off her.
And Lita's very concerned, and she's like, "I told you, Mom, this is going to happen because Teddy runs around with those gangsters or whatever. I don't know." And then
Yeah.
Keith goes running outside, and their doors are like the swinging doors of a saloon in the Old West. Like,
That's got to be to the kitchen, right? Like, and that'll go from the kitchen to the living room because
I hope
that's not the front
yeah,
door.
it cannot be a front door. That's that's a huge security risk if that's your front.
That's like where they keep all their porn tapes back there in the adult
Yes.
section.
So he goes running through the swinging doors, and now what is happening in this next panel? I don't know. Like, is that him tackling her brother? I don't know. Like, what is going on? Because
Yeah, it's a good question. This is apparently one of those like Sharks versus the Jets fights where people are dancing because that's what it looks like, is they're just kind of
but
slam dancing out on the sidewalk.
so the one like Keith, come back. Remember, one of them has a gun. Yes, because they just shot through the window. And she's like, Keith, and we see Keith running in the background there. He's running with his back to us through the swinging doors. And then in the very next panel, there's someone again with their back to us, a lot of backs to
Hmm.
us in this, and he's attacking like her brother, who we don't know it's her brother yet until like the next couple panels because we have no idea who these people are.
Yeah.
And but the guy who tackling him has like purple pants and a green shirt, and Keith had blue. I because then in the very next panel, so there's the panel of him getting tackled by somebody. The very next panel, Keith is now doing the leg thing to him that he was doing to Teddy. Like her brother is now flat on his back, and Keith is
Yep.
now caressing
He's
his
going up
leg.
the front of his thigh. Yeah. He's getting dangerously close. That guy's like tapping out.
But
I'm nervous.
but like what? So I have no idea who that guy was in the other panel who was attacking
Yeah.
him, and I don't know.
Get off him, you filth. Get off my son. I was like, wait, who, which one? Who's
Yeah,
tackling who? I don't
I,
understand.
I have no
I
idea.
thought that was supposed
So
to be Keith, but he's just calling him filth. So I'm like, what?
I think the guy in the first panel was just some random gangster the brother was fighting with. But because of the sequel, like
Yeah, but then that
again,
guy's
this is a
gone. So yeah,
yeah, and then
that guy's
Keith
not
just
there in
appears
this
there, so
panel.
it looks
So
like
I
Keith.
don't know.
Yeah, this needs to be taught in a art school about how not to do panel by
Yeah,
panel
storytelling.
storytelling. Yeah, this
Yeah,
ain't it. And and again, the fact that
yeah.
this gets approved shows you the editorial control that no one gave a rat's ass about the new universe. They just did not care.
No, they were too busy on the X-Men and Spider-Man books.
It's-
No
they
one
already knew it
cared
was a
about
lost
this.
cause by the seventh month. They're like, this ain't going anywhere. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
So then another dude shows up and he's like a detective
We
or
don't have enough
something.
characters.
And
Yeah,
he
wearing a
just
little
appears
skull
out of
cap.
nowhere. Or a yarmulke. I don't know what's
Yeah,
going on.
I don't know what's going on there.
But he's asking the brother, what's the brother's name?
Frank.
Oh, Frank. Yeah, yeah. He's asking Frank. He's like, "Hey, I bet you you're going to tell me who shot at you, huh? Because you know, why don't you tell me? Or are you still part of them sharks?"
The Potomac Sharks, which is the worst gang name ever. That doesn't sound very tough at all.
Potomac
Potomac.
sharks. So of course Frank won't give up. He's not going to snitch. He's not going to turn a rat. At least not yet. Um, but yeah, so the cops like, yeah, I knew you were still with them gangs, and then his dad's like, yeah, sorry about my son, and so then Frank's like mouthing off a bit to the cop, and his dad just backhands him across the face without saying a word, bang,
Yep.
and then Frank doesn't even acknowledge that his dad just slapped him across the face. He's still just mad at the cop. The cop didn't hit you. Your dad just hit you.
You
Yeah.
knew he had it coming.
It's just, and then another shot of someone from the back. What is going on?
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah, the
pretty hard to
cops
tell
like,
what's happening.
the cops like, all right, well, let me know if Frank changes his mind. You know how to reach me, and he might change his mind when he sobers up. So it's a parting shot from the cop there. I mean, geez. Yeah. So now they go inside. Oh, and then this panel right after the cop leaves, like Keith is down at the bottom, like of the steps, and I don't know what's going on, but he's like, oh, we're just gonna leave
Yeah.
now, I think. And then Lita's like, I want you to stay for me, please. And he's like, okay, we'll stay. And so they stay. And the parents go up to bed to rest after the traumatic evening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to say tramo. That's harder to
Traumatic.
pronounce it when you put the attic at the end. Yeah. Anyway. This was all Lita's plan all along, I guess, was she wanted to wait till Frank went upstairs to go to sleep, and then she wanted Keith and to go into his brain while he's dreaming.
Yeah.
It would be better
Luckily, he's a
if,
very, very easy sleeper. Like he can
yeah,
just fall asleep at the drop of a dime.
it would be better if he actually had to physically go into their heads. If he had to crawl, crawl into their ears somehow. I don't know.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
Yes.
Or do
Like,
a Cassandra Nova in the Deadpool movie and have to put
yes,
his fingers in him.
do something. But instead, Keith just dozes off on the couch, and then he goes in to his brain. I don't know. Take us through the dream sequence, Jank.
Oh boy. So there's a giant like graffiti word.
Yeah, what does that
I
word
don't
say
even.
exactly? I was trying to decipher
Seems
that.
to be backwards. Gr
Yeah.
grape, Grateful Dead. I guess it's
Oh,
Grateful
really? It is.
Dead.
Wow, I guess it is backwards Grateful Dead. They didn't want to get sued
Yeah, apparently.
because the D's
Huh.
look like B's, and yeah, it's tough to decipher. But yeah, I think you did it.
Hmm.
Good job.
Who knew gangs were way into the Grateful Dead? Doesn't seem likely. But so he's going through here. There's just weird things floating everywhere. There's like a floating hourglass and like a chessboard and a bust of William Shakespeare. It looks like I don't know what's going on here.
A lot of signs. A lot of signs.
Yeah,
So that
that's
plays an
true.
important important role later on.
Triple A sign. It's like being swept down a neon sewer with some Martian version of Times Square swirling all around me. There's Frank caught by a bunch of tentacles from nowhere. And so I guess
I,
that tentacle monster from the covers kind of got him, but we don't really see much of the monster other than the tentacles.
but what is going on with Frank that he's dreaming about this stuff?
Yeah,
Because I think it'd be a
these are
lot of
some
good
crazy
looking
dreams.
ladies running around or something. Or monkeys, just a bunch of monkeys. That's that's what I
Could
dream
only
of.
hope.
Yeah, he's got tentacle monsters and road signs.
He's clearly a big hentai fan, so.
He's way into the tentacle porn. All right, so yeah, the tentacle monster's grabbing him, and yeah, he does the Nightmask. He does look like Nightwing a lot. Yeah, when you put it that way.
Yeah, sure
Yeah.
does. Now the
Um,
tentacle monster grabs Nightmask, and I guess he does have some kind of powers because he kind of blasts him. He's like, he gets power from Teddy,
yeah,
and he's like, I zapped him with this power. Remember we zapped that Sender creep a few weeks back? Last issue.
yeah. No one remembers that. How many people do you think read this issue
No.
when it came out?
Ooh, probably three.
Yeah, Roy Thomas, his wife, and one other person. All right, so uh, yeah, so I like when Nightmask frees Frank from the tentacle monster. Frank just takes off running, and he
Yeah.
he just leaves Nightmask there by himself. Then it's
He's like, damn, which way is out? All these signs. And there's like these weird guys that are telling him, like, no, it's this way. And he's like, no, this way, stupid.
hey, looking at second panel on the bottom there, that's clearly a Top Gun poster, right? With Tom
Yeah,
Cruise
sure
and
is.
Kelly McGillis,
Yep.
right? Um, yeah, so he's just trying to
He's like,
run
I'll get
around,
by like always, just by sticking with my friends.
sticking with your friends. But then he sees his friends in the next panel, and they're like giant weirdo monsters.
Yeah, I've never had dreams like this. Like,
Yeah,
if I see people I know, they look like the people I know. They're not like weird wolf men and like one's like a sea monster, one's like a phantasm.
yeah. I don't know what's going on. And there's just floating like eyeballs and stuff too. Man.
And they're all basically just telling them, hey, you can get a job like washing dishes or, doing yard work, but that's not for us.
Yeah. And then the one guy who looks like a phantasm, he says, "We got better ways of making brocas." And then the asterisk, that means money.
Yeah, that was very necessary. Thank you, Roy
Yes.
Thomas.
Yeah, you could have just we got ways of making money. That's all you had to say.
Way to overcomplicate this for
Uh,
no reason.
So Frank wants to stay with his friends, so he just walks into the Wolfman's mouth. Uh, oh wait, yeah. So he then in the narration, Keith says, "Great, Frank's committing suicide, walking right into the belly of the beast, which means he's probably going to wake up in one split second. And if he does, well, Lucian's told me that might prove fatal for a guy trespassing in somebody else's dream.
Yep.
So Teddy, rule me out quick."
A lot of risk, very little reward.
Yeah, really, why would you ever go into someone's dream?
Yeah. They can wake up at any second.
Yeah.
Somebody walks in the room and all of a sudden, oh, you're
Yeah.
dead.
So Teddy yanks him out of the dream, and it's a very painful thing because I guess you got to work up to that normally. You can't just be yanked out of the dream. Um,
It's like reeling in a fish, I guess.
but it is pretty cool that when they show him now, he's got the moon on his head, like Moon Knight
Yeah.
during the Warren
It's a good
Ellis
look.
era, right? So, that was the guy that did that, right? Warren Ellis?
Like the Mr. Knight stuff? Yeah, I think
Yeah, yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, and now they're talking to Lita. They're trying to fill her in. Why is there like a naked lady in this panel at DC? I guess it's supposed to be a lamp. Do you see what I'm seeing there? Like beneath
Uh,
the his face with the moon. Um,
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's either a lamp or a statue of some kind.
yeah, just a
Clearly, their
naked
dad,
lady.
Lita's dad, is into some crazy stuff.
But then like they just hear someone yelling from outside. Showdown time, Frank. The Potomac Sharks are calling you out.
Oh, I'm shaking in my boots. The Potomac Sharks.
So Keith says, "I'll go out and stall them. You call the cops."
I think
And
Keith was like, I'm betting these guys look pretty familiar, but they don't look like werewolves and phantasms and
yeah, does he think like maybe they met them in previous issues, or but then Roy Thomas would I'm sure would have put a little reminder. So
yeah.
yeah, I don't know what he meant there,
I assumed it was
but
from the dream, but yeah.
the leader of the group, he's a bald dude, but he's got a beard and no
Hmm.
mustache, just a beard, and he wears an
He's a
orange.
little bit Amish, I guess.
Yes, and then what was that reality show, Amish in the Big City, or what was that one? Remember that one?
I do. I never watched it though.
Yeah. He's wearing like an orange long sleeve orange shirt and a purple vest. A
Yeah.
lot of
That's how
vests
you know
today.
he's tough.
He's real mad at him. I don't know. And then so Lead is trying to call the cops, but Frank breaks the phone line, and because he says, "Hey, no cops. I want to settle this.
Yeah,
Just
no
me and Mad
ratting.
Dog settle this like a man." And
I don't like
Lita
your chances
tackles
going
him.
up against the guy named Mad Dog.
So Lita, like her namesake in WWE, comes off the top rope and just tackles him. And but he's like, "Hey, let go of me, Lita. Don't make me hurt you." And oh, he calls her Hermana. How come Roy Thomas didn't tell us what Hermana means? Come on,
Yeah,
Roy, you're slipping.
you missed a golden opportunity.
Now again, Mad Dog comes up. He's got a knife. Could you tell what the hell was happening in these panels? Like,
No,
I,
because he's I
yeah,
guess he's gonna stab Lita, but it's like you got a stupid
yeah.
sister, Frank. Anybody who raps me pays in blood. Like, what does that mean? She hasn't touched you that I've seen.
I guess she just called him, like made fun of him. Didn't she call him like a jerk or something? I don't
I don't remember her rhyming while she did it. If this was like an 8 Mile situation, like okay, then she rapped against
She put out a diss track.
him. Mom
He was,
spaghetti. I get it. All right.
but yeah, like there's a three-panel sequence where we see him standing on a very unfortunate angle on her face in this first panel. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on there, and he's standing with the knife. Then the second panel, it's just a close-up of his body, and like his arm is moving, I guess. And then the third panel, it's another very odd angle of his body alone, and it's colored purple or pink. You don't see him
Yeah.
do anything with the knife.
Nope.
But then
But then he
she's
seems to be tossing the knife aside in the next panel.
yeah, and she's on her side, and like he stabbed her,
Yep. But she's
and
fine. At
She
least at
got
this point.
she got stabbed in the arm apparently.
Yeah, but then she also gets shot in the arm, doesn't she?
No, I think she just got stabbed in
Oh,
the
okay.
arm. Yeah, which is weird. Why would you stab someone in the arm? But
Yeah. And then throw the knife away and be like, oh, you
yeah.
learned your lesson. Don't do that again. Don't you come rapping in my house.
And now again, I have so he's all right. So he's face to face with Frank the brother, and now in the next page, the first panel, someone is kicking him in the face, the Mad Dog guy in the face, and it's clearly it should be Frank the brother, but in the
Hmm.
narration it says, "I break away from mixing it up with Mad Dog's crew to drop kick the man himself." So that's Keith doing the narration. So now
Yep.
Keith, how did Keith get there? Like that was where the brother was standing. And now
Yeah.
in the second panel, we see Keith looking at one of the other goons in the background. And then in the third panel, Mad Dog is once again fighting with the brother. They're hand in locked in hand.
Yeah. That
It
is
just
very confusing. Yep. Pick
I've
a
never
target, stick with them.
I've never encountered this much storytelling problem
Yeah.
like in an
Yeah, you're
issue.
not wrong.
It's crazy.
It really is pretty brutal.
Like, how did this get through the editing process? Like, no one approved these pages? Like, who? Man,
Yeah. I
rough.
don't know. That's pretty bad.
So then, I don't know, like, I guess one of his other goons had a gun and he's going to shoot. And Frank, the brother, says, "Go on and shoot, Carlos. You might put a hole through this piece of slime, too." And then Mad Dog says, "You crazy man, he'll kill us both." And then the next panel, he's like, "I'm not afraid." Frank says, "I'm not afraid to die, long as I take you with me." And I guess someone shot because there's just all yellow circles behind them. Like, I guess.
Yeah. Because Keith says he didn't see where the bullet went during all this melee, but so that's why I assume she got shot in the arm, but I don't know.
So he
I'm not
takes,
sure what got shot.
yeah. So Keith rushes Carlos, but again, we have no idea. You can't tell what the hell's happening. And
No.
he
Not a
takes the
chance.
gun off Carlos, and then he runs over and he sees. Then someone's getting away. I guess it's Mad Dog. I don't know. Because then everyone's just colored green or blue now. And then Frank goes to check on Estrelita, and she's like, "Be okay, Frank. Just my arm." So yeah, maybe she got shot in the arm and stabbed somewhere else. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll never know. This issue refuses to get into it. The writing is almost as confusing as the artwork, to be honest. Like
Yes.
they're both kind of problems.
So they got to take Estrelita to the hospital now. So um,
This is the whole thing where if only they had cell phones, like this could have all been avoided because they're not even
yeah.
gonna like wait for the ambulance to come pick her up. They're like, this will be faster if we drive her to the hospital. Anybody
Uh,
know where the hospital is? No. We're just gonna
what?
drive around, hope we find it. We
What?
have a map, but
They
Carlos
just,
or what's his name, Frank back there can't figure his shit out.
yeah, Frank's not telling him, he's giving him bad directions because he can't read. But that's a big
Yeah.
secret. You can't, no one knows that yet. That's the
That's the
big
big
reveal.
reveal.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The, the after school special element comes into play here. Um, but yeah, so they're just driving around town looking for a hospital now. Oh,
Lita's dying back there.
yeah, she's bleeding out. Frank's
They've
just
driven
joking
by the
around.
hospital like 4 times.
Oh, they finally get her to the hospital, and I don't know. Then, oh, what's his face? Frank, he
Yeah,
just
Teddy is still in the back seat because they're in a big rush to get Lita into the hospital. But as soon as Keith is getting Lita into the hospital, Frank takes off, gets hops in the yellow convertible, and is like, "I'm going after that gang leader." He's like, "Wait, you got my sister in the car with you?" He's like, "I don't care."
yeah. So Keith comes running out and jumps.
Yeah.
Just, but again, like the shots, like the camera, the perspective on these panels, you can't tell what the hell is happening. Like,
Nope.
uh, like in the second panel, it's so far away, we can't tell he's on the back of the car. And then we get a really like high bird's eye view of from overhead. So the car is just we can't tell what the hell's going on the car. And
Yeah, I mean, you can see him kind of Spider-Manning his way on the trunk there in the
but
back,
it's all
but
colored yellow, one solid yellow, so
yeah,
it
that's true.
doesn't help. But like this is like the worst possible way to depict this action, you know? And like
It's
even
also the
the
easiest way, I'm sure, because you're not showing much,
oh, that's
so
true. That's true. Because then when
you
they get
don't have
there,
to draw the weird, complicated hand motions.
we get a panel of Frank sitting behind the wheel in the car, like he pulls up and he says, "Okay, tell your brother thanks for the use of the wheels, Chica. You two don't need any more of my problems. I'll foot it from here." But we don't see again. He's talking to people off panel. We don't even see this sister or Keith. Like it's just a like look at all the dead space in that panel. Like he's crammed in the bottom right, and then
Yep.
everything else is just windshield and brick wall behind the car. Like this is not how you compose a panel. What are we doing? What are we
No, it's pretty terrible.
doing?
It's only getting worse as it goes along, it feels like.
Yes. So he runs into Mad Dog. Mad Dog's got a gun, but no one really knows how to use a gun in this book. So like they just
It's all
yeah.
for show.
So Frank just swats it away, and then they start fighting, duking it out. And so take us through the end here, Jack.
So Keith still has his gun from the brouhaha earlier, and Frank in particular, his fists batter the gang leader like a pair of pile drivers in high gear. And when Mad Dog falls, he lets the pavement do part of the work for him. And Keith's like, "Hey, Frank, lay off, you're gonna kill him." And Frank's just like, "So what? He tried to kill my sister, didn't he? Took a shot at my family, didn't he? Didn't he?" And Keith's like, "Oh boy, this guy's lost it." So he kind of just pistol whips him in the back of the head with his gun and knocks him
Yes.
out before he can kill the gang leader.
Yeah, but once he's knocked him out, though, Jank, what can he do?
Well, now it's time for sleeping. Just going to sleep in this dirty alley, getting back into his dreams
He
because he
goes
has
back.
pieced together Frank's terrible secret.
Yeah, the terrible, terrible secret. So again, he's floating through his dreams now. And there's a
Yep,
bunch of
looks
like
a lot like it did last time.
there's a bunch of like
Weird shit
paper
floating.
guys, like yellow paper creatures or something.
Yeah.
And so Nightmask shows him how to fight them, and he's trying to tell Frank, I know you can't read. He's like, what?
Who
What do you mean I can't
told
read?
you?
Yeah. And he's like, don't worry, your sister loves you, your parents love you, everybody loves you.
Yeah, they don't care that you can't read. They still love you.
I think you're a big dummy that you can't read, but they all love you.
We're all gonna laugh about you behind your back at the secret organization later, but that's all right.
I could see Mr. T helping this kid out though, like Mr. T
Oh, that'd be
here
amazing.
instead of Nightmask.
What a hero that would be. If Mr. T showed up in my dreams, that'd be the best night ever.
So he convinces Frank to go through the door with like to learn to read. So Frank goes through the door, and,
Ride the reading rainbow.
and then Keith wakes up, and all the cops are there. That cop with the yarmulke's back, and he's talking to everybody, and Teddy's like, "See, Sergeant, my brother wasn't hurt. He just passed out." And he says, "Funny time for a nap." It just takes a
Yeah,
nap
your
in the
brother's
alley.
clearly a druggie, but I'm gonna overlook it this once.
And he says, hey, Frank, it looks like you had a little disagreement there with Mad Dog. And he says, yeah, you might say that. And now,
He's like, they robbed a liquor store last
yeah,
week, but I wasn't there. But I'm
but
gonna turn on them and tell you
yeah,
all about it.
yeah, he turned snitch. So
Yep, sure does.
I think what I learned in this is Mad Dog did nothing wrong. Clearly,
He was right to go after Frank all
yes,
along.
he was
He
right to
was
try
ready
and
to flip.
silence him. He knew exactly what he had to do, and he was going to do it because he's a man of action, that Mad Dog.
That's right.
Mad Dog knows how to run a tight organization. But he knew he had a rat in the
He doesn't
ranks
know
and they
much
had to
about
get him up.
naming
Yeah.
organizations because Potomac Shark's not a good name, but running it, he knows his
Uh,
people. He
so
knows when they're
yeah,
not in for the long haul.
so yeah, Frank turned snitch, and And he says, I don't know, he says something to Keith like, maybe you knocked a little sense into me. You were somebody a whole lot like you in this dream I had.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. Oh, now we get an
And we get a
epilogue.
short little, yeah,
Yeah.
two-panel epilogue.
Take us through the epilogue.
So Frank and Teddy are sitting at a table, and Teddy is teaching him how to read. And he's just like, "Oh, if all my teachers were as cute as you, I would learn to read." She's like, "Oh, that's great, you big dummy."
But what?
And so then he's like, "Oh, Lita comes in. She's like, there's a new Chuck Norris flick playing downtown. You two want to take a break and catch up?" And Frank's like, "No, no thanks. Guys, after I finish this chapter, I'm taking my coach out for a burger." And Keith is just like, "So my kid's sister gets a date with a Mercado before I do? Figures."
Yeah.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yep. There you go. Nightmask issue 7. Yeah, this was a train wreck
Yeah.
from start to finish. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
All right, just
Uh,
just the character. Let's just
really,
think about the character himself. Would you ever be interested in a Nightmask character at all?
ooh. If he
Like,
only
forget about
goes
the
in people's
execution. Let's just
dreams,
worry about the
I don't
concept.
think so.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think so either. Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of way to make that work.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah. I guess I get the more grounded, realistic, real world approach, but not a very exciting book. I mean, certainly like Nightmare on Elm Street 3, the Dream Warriors had some good stuff with going into dreams, like actually using the dreams and like giving yourself powers so you can control your own dreams. So there's some elements of cool things there, I suppose. But to do a whole ongoing series, I don't know that you could sustain that too long.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Um, I'm trying to think of a way it could be interesting, but yeah, it's not going to work. I don't think so.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he can like make himself into different forms or anything in the dream. Maybe he can summon a blast or something by draining Teddy's life force.
She's just a husk when he comes back.
Yeah. She's gonna die at 17. Like that's why she looks so old.
What if, like, you could do something interesting? Like, what if he was like a Doc Samson who just treated superheroes, and you get inside this superhero's brains,
Ooh.
and you see their dreams and nightmares? Then you
Yeah.
might have some. That could be like a limited series, maybe. But
Oh, he can go into Kickers, each member of Kickers Inc. See all their dreams.
yeah, for those who don't remember Kickers Inc., it was a professional football team who gained superpowers and then became private detectives. It was amazing. It was so good.
Oh, that's so good. I love
Uh,
it.
all right. So yeah, Roy Thomas and his wife Dan here. Not good work. It's not good.
No,
It's not
not
good.
so much. Yeah, you can tell Roy Thomas was the one wearing the pants on this project.
Not the
This
best.
smacks of his writing.
And this Michael Bear fella, again, you can see like potential here, but yeah, someone's got to sit him down and tell him how to tell a story with panel to panel.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Um,
maybe he just has to stick to covers.
Apparently, I'm looking up now. He did 28 books at Marvel. Um,
Hmm.
he did an issue of Moon Knight, Daredevil Annual #6. Um, he
Probably
did
read
one,
that one.
two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 10, 11, 12 issues of Alpha Flight. Um,
Oh, yeah, he looks like he would do Alpha Flight.
I don't,
Lower tier books.
5 issues of Hellstrom, Prince of Lies. The first 5 issues is that a limited series, maybe. I don't know.
Hmm.
Silver Sable and the Wild Pack, #19. I didn't even know that was a series.
Yeah, I remember that one.
One
There was
issue
an
of
early Deadpool cameo in one of those.
one issue of Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man: The Jackal Files, issue 1.
Yeah, oh, I have that.
Ah, well, let's see if his art's
Yeah.
better in that one.
I believe that was less of like a panel to panel comic book so much as it was like an informational thing. Like, this is like
Oh,
a one page about Kane or one
well,
page
there you
about the
go.
Scarlet Spider.
That would be his wheelhouse. I would recommend him for
Yep.
those things. And he also did something in Marvel Swimsuit Special Volume 1, Issue 2.
Mm,
There
I
you
remember
go.
those. I
Yeah.
always wanted to get those when I was a kid. I was like, oh
It's
boy.
too dirty though for a young Jank. Too adult.
Yep.
Uh, but yeah, that seems like, drawing Lita working out. Yeah, that seems right up his alley there. I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It makes a lot of sense.
about that. So there you go.
Hmm.
I don't really have much else information on him, but yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the problems with the new universe right here. They needed to come up with better heroes, I think is not the fact that they came up with new heroes, just you got to do better ones.
Yeah, it was going to fail right from the start, and I don't know why Jim Shooter didn't see that it was going to fail because no one would give a damn about these people. I guess Tom DeFalco was put in charge of it first, and he just made no headway with it at all. So then Jim Shooter took it from him, and Archie Goodwin kind of came in to help. And yeah, it's just you got to. It's just so hard. You already have this established universe with all these characters that people love, and now you're asking them
Yeah.
not to read those books, but to buy these books. Of
Well, it's not like they were stopped putting out the other ones, so
yeah, but that's what
they're
I
just
mean.
hoping you
Like
can.
if you're already buying Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain America, why would I not spend my money on them and spend my money on these?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just going to
Yeah,
keep
I guess
buying
you're.
the books I read.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
it was doomed.
Yeah.
But
Especially if you're not planning on ever crossing these things over. I don't know if they ever did have a plan for that down the line, but
like an
I
Earth
don't
2
know.
situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They pop up and work together.
So yeah, Nightmask, it's just bad. It's bad. And it's not even like fun
Yeah.
bad. It's just bad. Like yeah.
Confusing bad is what it
Yes.
was. Yeah.
Very confusing. Writing and art.
Panel to panel, like what's going on here bad is not a type of bad that makes for good content.
So I don't know. 1 out of 10, Jake. What do you think? It's
Ooh,
it's a tough
probably
one.
like a two, I
I
guess.
was actually going to give it a 2 as well, just out of pity.
Yeah.
I was going to give it a 2.
Yeah, I guess it could be worse. It
Wait,
was, less annoying than Mr. A, so
oh, how
I'll
dare
give
you?
it that.
I love Mr. A. We did get to see Alita working out, so that was something. Um,
Yeah,
that opening panel, hell of
that's
an
worth it
opening
too.
panel to a book, you know.
Yeah,
But and the cover was nice. Cover was nice. So yeah,
it's okay.
2 out of 10. All right. Yeah, don't read Night Mask. You don't want to do it. But,
Yeah, I would avoid it if at all possible.
all right. So maybe we'll get to Cyforce and Mark Hazard
Merc
Merc,
Hazard, yeah,
yeah, at
Merc.
some point. All right, Jank. What do you got for us next week?
Okay, I'll let you know my thought process here. I've got a bunch of things, in the hopper, going down the line here, and one of them I want to do at one point felt like a good time to do it now after doing yet another Roy Thomas book. When it feels like we've done like 90, he does 90% of the books we read are written by Roy Thomas. So there's other writers I wanted to take a look at some point. A guy who I didn't really read much of his stuff in the 90s, but I've kind of belatedly become more of a fan of is a guy named Kurt Busiek. He
Okay.
was
Yeah,
doing
we.
like the Avengers and kind of like he did the original Thunderbolts, which kind of why that was on my mind this week because I may have seen that movie finally.
Oh, there you go.
Uh,
There you go.
so I figured I would pick a Kurt Busiek book. He only did kind of a handful of things in the 80s, but I've got two choices here, so I'm going to let you pick here
Oh, nice.
which Kurt Busiek road we're going to go down. He did a couple issues of Power Man and Iron Fist. So we could do this one issue where they fight Camistro, and he's got like a very phallic looking gun, and they're just kind of stuck to the ground with white sticky stuff. So that looks
All
fun.
right, that seems disturbing. All right, next.
And he also did a 4 issue Wonder Woman limited series called Legend of Wonder Woman.
Ooh.
with some really weird looking art, like kind of old timey, like golden age style art. And she's kind of all chained up on the cover, so that's classic Wonder Woman stuff right there.
Yes. This is a tough call because I love Power Man and Iron Fist.
Hmm.
And I'm
They've
guessing
been good to us on this show.
that had to be between like that book ended in like what, 83 or 80
I want to say it was slightly later than that,
later than
but
that? All right.
yeah.
Um, so Wonder Woman, we've only done one Wonder Woman issue on the show ever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is we haven't done one the whole time I've been on the show, and I think there was just one before
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah. I
yep,
wanted
we
to
do a
do a
lot of
Wonder
Batman, a
Woman.
lot of Superman.
I wanted to do a Wonder Woman where she was, remember did she lose her power or she was just like running a shop, a store or something? Remember that? Like in the late 70s, she was like, I don't know, figure that out.
I guess she's got to have a day job. I
Yeah. So,
don't know. Work at the mall.
yeah, you know what? I could go either way here, but maybe let's go Wonder Woman just because it's been so long. So
Okay, sounds good. Then we will do uh Legend of Wonder Woman #3.
you got a year on this?
This is from 1986.
Hey, that's best year for comics ever, 1986. That's when
Yeah.
the new universe started.
That's how you know it's good.
All
I guess they
right.
can't all be winners.
All right, Legend of Wonder Woman issue 3 from 1980. Did how many issues was this, did you say?
It's a 4 issue.
All right, so we're getting in right before the end there.
Yeah.
That's next week here on the big show. All right, save your big Thunderbolts review for the LCS show, but just quick preview, yay or nay?
Uh, Meh.
Oh my goodness. I'm not shocked. All right. So, all right. So, what was I going to say? Yes, next week, Legend of Wonder Woman issue 3. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. We appreciate the support. So, until next week, don't get any jank on you.